Banning fossil fuels means $10 per gallon of gas. How is that possible? Well, the government wants to ban fossil fuels, but this does not make any sense. Everything we use is made of fossil fuels, literally everything. And this week, President Biden approved the release of more fuel from the Strategic Petroleum Reserves and claimed we are going to refill those oil reserves once the price drops. So if the price does not drop, the reserves will not get filled. Of the 265 million barrels being released, 15 million barrels of oil will go to other countries, including China. Yes, China. The goal is this release is meant to artificially reduce the price of gas for the US and other countries, but instead, our prices will rise. I'll explain. Before I do, I want to remind you to subscribe and click that little bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. We give you more than car reviews and first looks of new vehicles. We give you car smarts because knowledge is power. Here are some of the facts. The Biden administration is discouraging oil production. They're trying to blame Russia, oil companies, and anyone else except their own energy policies. And they're going to war with the oil industry and all forms of energy except for wind and solar. Now, this energy policy will make everything more expensive for you, the consumer. The White House is eager to find ways to lower gas prices ahead of the midterm elections as it believes the price at the pump most directly affects voters' everyday lives and their perception of the economy. It does, but at what cost? Here is the administration's plan. The U.S. is releasing 165 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in hopes that consumers will save a few dollars at the pump. The plan includes buying oil back at a lower price, that is, if oil prices drop. Now that sounds great. But we will all pay for this later as gas prices will spike right after the midterm elections once the reserve is drained. We need Strategic Petroleum Reserve filled for actual emergencies. Oil suppliers and speculators are watching as this is a global market that we do not control, and we are signaling a massive buy at a certain price. The global market will know and manipulate the price to our disadvantage. This is a giant looming policy mistake. The government intends to put the oil companies out of business, as President Biden and many other members of the administration have stated multiple times. But now they're asking oil companies to lower their oil prices and produce more oil. However, the government has reduced offshore leasing sales for drilling, and there has been no interest in producing oil, just vilifying companies, blaming gas stations, and frustrating Americans who want to keep their gasoline-powered vehicles. This creates a serious issue. Oil companies are not going to invest in producing oil if the president openly says he's going to destroy their oil companies. You wouldn't do it either, and they won't either. I don't think this administration has any idea how the energy complex works, how energy companies operate, and how it moves, not just around the United States, but around the globe. The price of home heating oil is going to soar this winter thanks to climate policies. Diesel fuel inventories for this time of year are the lowest they've been since 1982, and prices are up 50%, leading to everyone paying more for electricity and natural gas utilities as well. A better approach should use a combination of natural gas, crude oil, renewable fuels, and alternative energy because we need to have what's called base load power and other energy sources to meet our needs. We can't eliminate fossil fuels. They're literally a part of every sector of our lives and will affect every single thing we do in this country. The clothing that you buy, all the forms of plastic that we use, the medication you take, everything is touched by petroleum products. Or we can go back to the days of the Flintstones. Alternative fuels make economic sense if fossil fuels are part of the solution. There is so much more to discuss on this. Put that in your comments below and let's start the conversation. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description below, plus all the links for our website, social media, book, and podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.